Hi, welcome back to the new year. So the first topic we're going to be looking at is Surds, and this is an AS topic. So I've picked up two questions that could possibly be in your exams. All we're going to do today is just go through the process of how to calculate them, and I've got a couple more questions that we can go through. So if you wanted to have a go straight away, pause the video and then start it back when you're ready to have a go at them, and I'll just go straight to answering them. First question, what we're going to be doing when it says simplifying, we're actually going to be rationalising the denominator. So the fact is that we shouldn't have any surds on the bottom. If you still have a surd on the bottom, you've rationalised wrong. That means that you probably haven't changed the sign, so just be aware of that. So writing it out. And with times in, that's the other thing. So make sure you times in when you're rationalising. And root 11 minus 2, root 11 minus 2. Once you get to this stage, just think of them as if they are in brackets. That's the best way to, well, I should advise to do it. So if you use FOIL method, use FOIL. If you use the half moon, whichever way, the crab claw, the lobster, the smiley face, whichever method you use it in your way. I'm just going to go through. So we got 2 root 11 times root 11. So root 11 times root 11 is going to give us 11, times that by 2 gives us 22. 2 root 11 times minus 2 is going to give us minus 4 root 11. Minus 3 root 11 for the next bit. And last bit, plus 6. Onto the bottom, so looking at the denominator now. So root 11 times root 11 is going to give us 11. And then we've got plus, I've gone rogue on this way, 2 root 11 minus 2 root 11, and then minus 4. Now we're just going to push them all together. So simplify, collect all the like terms. So 22 plus 6 is going to give me 28. And then minus 4 root 11 minus 3 root 11 is going to give me minus 7 root 11. So looking at the denominator now, so these cancel out, which is great. And then we just got 11 minus 4, which also gives us 7. So this question's quite unique because we can actually cancel this further again, which is one of my ideal questions. So when we got 28, we're going to divide that by 7, which gives us 4. And we also got to divide the surd as well. So we're going to divide that by 7, which just gives us minus root 11. And that's that question finished. You can now check this on a calculator. It won't always give you the surd form. So if it doesn't give you the surd form, then write your answer in just so you can check decimals. What I'd also say is don't just put this question in the calculator because you will not get the marks. You have to physically show your workings. Part B now, I always do this in 3 little parts, so I split it all up. So the first one, for the 22 over 2, root 2, we're going to rationalise the denominator. So what we need to do here is 22 over root 2, and we're going to times that by root 2 over root 2. The reason why I can say it's equal, because I'm not changing anything to the sum. It's exactly the same. A bit like when you have equivalent fractions, it's the same thing we are doing. So that's going to be 22 over root 2 over 2, which simplifies to 11 root 2. Again, you only divide the number in front of the surd, a bit like when you're working with algebra. Second one, we've got root 50. Think about what it splits into. So you should know it's root 25 is the square and root 2. And that's going to give us a 5 root 2 for that part. And then the last one, we've got root 2 to the power 5. And this is essentially me writing this, a little bit long-winded. There you go. These are going to create 2. These are going to create 2. And that's on its own. So it's just going to be 4 root 2. Now check back at the question. We're taking away and we're also taking away. So 11 root 2, take away 5 root 2, take away 4 root 2, and my voice is going, that is going to give us 2 root 2 as a final answer. So well done if you managed to get them. Again, check it on the calculator just in case you're unsure. Next questions. So again, pause this video if you want to have a go at these yourself, and I'm just going to go straight on and answer them. Be aware this time that you are adding, you're not times in. Okay, when we're going to answer this question, so the first thing I'm going to do is chuck up into my numerators whatever the denominator was for the other side. Sorry, that's so badly written. And root 3 minus 1 all over, so well written. 3 minus 1 root 3 plus 1. So in a sense, this question is slightly like rationalizing the bottom bit, because you're noticing already that pattern that surd will disappear because we got a negative 1 and a plus 1, and our surds are also the same number, so they should cancel out, leaving us with no surds on the bottom. So we got 9 root 3 plus 9 plus 7 root 3 minus 7. On the denominator, we've got 3 minus root 3 plus root 3 minus 1. Simplify that whole thing. So remember, collect the surds together. So 9 plus 7 gives us 16 root 3. And 9 take away 7 is 2. So plus 2. And that's all over 3 minus 1 is 2. This stage, remember, we need to simplify as much as possible, so please do not leave it in that form. Notice that 2 goes into 16 and 2, so we can simplify that just slightly further. So 8 root 3 plus 1. Do not forget your plus 1 right at the end. Second question, we should be simplifying this now. Remember, split it into 3 parts to help yourself. And when I say 3 parts, it's because our times 6, you know, our root 6 times root 8 will squish together, as you'll see in a second. I love my maths terms I'm using there. So first I'm going to rationalize. It's a late night. So that gives me 90 root 3 over 3, because they cancel each other out, which gives me 30 root 3 for this one. Now, root 6 times root 8 gives me root 48. Ta-da! Now, you should know your squares, but it's 16 times 3. You will learn that the amount of surds you'll do up into your exams, and that will give us 4 root 3. Sorted. Next section. Again, a little bit like the last question, you don't have to write this out every time. I'm just doing it for your benefit, just in case you're a little bit lost of where this has come from. So we got 2 root 3 times 2 root 3 times 2 root 3. 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 8. And then we've got these two surds combined, which is 3. 8 times 3 is 24 root 3. And that's where that part came from. Follow the signs. So I got a negative and another negative. So I'm starting with 30 root 3, taking away 4 root 3, taking away 24 root 3. So that should leave me with 2 root 3 as my final answer. Again, you have a calculator in this exam. Check your answer. Make sure you're correct before you move on, because the last thing we want is the fact that you didn't get the answer and you could have found to see if it was a sign that you missed out on or so on that didn't make it work. Last question. Okay, so have a look at this question yourself, pause the video, and when you're ready, unpause it. Final one of the day, and I will show you how to do it. So we've got 2 root 13 times 2 root 13. That's the same as saying 4 times 13. feel like I should have a calculator at the end of the day, but I'm not. So it's 52. There we go, that's done. It wasn't actually that bad. Next one. So when I got 3 root 7, root 28, and now everything is testing me. Well, I'm going to split the 28 up because that's going to make my life easier, because I can't be bothered working with big numbers. So 7 and 4. Root 7 times root 7 is going to cancel out to just 7. So I've now got 3 times 7. Root of 4 is 2. And there we go. So that's how I've worked that one out. Very well done. 21 times 2 is not that. There we go. Obviously, you know what I just did. Move that and write that again. 1 cannot have that. There we go. So 21 times 2 is 42. And then the last section, 5 root 99 over root 11. So we're just going to simplify that down. So that's 5 root 9 root 11 over root 11. Those cancel out. Root 9 then will change to 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. Finishing this off, we got 52, take away 42, which gives me 10. 10 take away 15 is minus 5. And there we go. Hope you enjoyed and you've done a little bit of revision, hopefully not too long, but that's it for tonight. Bye.